Hello everyone. I will be discussing AppArmor and the HTTPS protocol. We can all understand that in today's world where cyber attacks are constant and getting more sophisticated, ensuring proper hardening is a continuous practice that ensures that our servers, operating systems, and data is always protected. I will start by going over AppArmor, which is a Linux security module. It restricts applications to only use specific resources and access to those resources. This helps minimize the potential for damage, which I will then get into in more detail in later slides. I will then speak on HTTPS, which is a secure communication protocol that encrypts web traffic. This is a crucial step in configuring servers on both Windows and Linux. Hopefully, by the end of this presentation, you will have learned a little bit about both of these security functions and server hardening. AppArmor overview. What is AppArmor? AppArmor is an essential Linux security module designed to limit the resources that applications can have access to on a system. It does this by enforcing predefined policies or profiles. AppArmor ensures that applications only interact with the system components they are allowed to. This gives an added layer of security past the traditional permission systems. This is especially useful in protecting against zero-day vulnerabilities. An example of this would be that in a web server environment, AppArmor can restrict the server to only access what is necessary within the web directories, basically containing it and not allowing for altered reading of any sensitive data anywhere else on the system. Implementing AppArmor on your Linux server helps to contain potential damages from compromised applications. This is a vital tool for hardening your infrastructure. AppArmor configuration and hardening. When configuring AppArmor, the first step is to ensure that it is installed and enabled on your Linux server. The default package management tools on Linux, like apt, can be used to install it, along with the utility tools necessary for configuring and auditing profiles. You should ensure AppArmor is installed and enabled on your Linux server with sudo apt install AppArmor profiles. It's crucial that you deploy restricted profiles for certain applications that pose a high security risk, like certain software that runs on public-facing servers. And you should also ensure that AppArmor is active at the boot. Regular audits of these profiles will help maintain their relevance as your needs evolve. Also, you should enable AppArmor at boot to ensure that it remains active even after server restarts. This will help provide a more consistent layer of security. For HTTPS on your Linux server using Apache, the SSL module needs to be installed and activated. You can start by installing the necessary packages for SSL, including Apache 2, OpenSSL, and SSL cert. Once installed, enable the SSL module with the a2 nmod command and set up the default SSL site configuration. You should verify that the Apache configuration and checking that it is listening on port 443. This will help ensure that the server is ready for HTTPS connections. You should also remember to restart the Apache after making changes to apply the new configuration. IIS Windows HTTPS is enabled by installing an SSL certificate either through IIS Manager or via PowerShell. Once the certificate is installed, the next step is to bind the HTTPS protocol to the site in question, making sure the correct port 443 is selected. After completing these steps, verification can be done using network scanning tools like ZenMap or Nmap. This will help ensure that HTTPS is active and correctly configured on the server. This is crucial for protecting sensitive data during transmission. Some key differences between HTTP and HTTPS is basically encryption. While HTTP transfers data in plain text, making it susceptible to interception, HTTPS ensures all data in transit is encrypted using SSL and TSL certificates. This encryption makes HTTPS the preferred protocol for really any sensitive transaction. This is used for banking, emails, login information, anything along those lines. Also, HTTPS operates on port 443 and HTTP uses port 80, which is a more less secure protocol by default. The introduction of SSL and TLS certificates adds an extra layer of trust to HTTPS, and this will help prove authenticity as well as security of the website. Few hardening recommendations. Hardening your servers is critical to preventing security breaches on Windows, especially with IIS. Disabling unused modules reduce the attack surface. Also, implementing strong ciphers and keeping the system up to date with security patches are also essential for minimizing vulnerabilities. With Linux, using Apache, disabling directory listing ensures that sensitive files are not exposed to the public. It basically just creates a barrier between those files and the public-facing server. Also, implementing mod security adds another layer of protection by detecting and preventing web attacks, while strict file permissions on web directories ensure that unauthorized users cannot modify important files. AppArmor on Linux is crucial for containing applications within strict boundaries. While configuring HTTPS, it is fundamental to securing data in transit. Whether you're using IIS or Apache, the use of SSL certificates, strong ciphers, and proper file permissions will significantly help your server security posture. You should regularly update your systems while disabling unnecessary features. This will help continue to further reduce the risk of any potential vulnerabilities that may pop up. This is my reference page. All the references I used for this presentation are located on this slide. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from this presentation. Thank you.